difference between performance art and theatre is that in performance art, the knife is real. When I heard Marina Abramović say that for the first time, I went out and I immediately got it tattooed on my hand so that I could always see it and always be reminded to think that way and live that way. It describes as a sentiment for my way of life, for everything that I do, and the dilemma that I seem to be constantly stuck inside, this battle that's always going on between two me's. It comes from this, and it comes from the idea of trying to be a magician and trying to present magic. Magic is the problem. Magic is the problem. Everything that I do, no matter what it is, I try to live by this sentiment, this idea that the knife is real. I consider my life to be a continuous work, a continuous performance piece from day one right up until the day that I die, and then afterwards there will be more to come. But back into this very moment, the knife is real. The dilemma that's happening up here, the battle, the constant problem that's on me, I finally figured it out, and it all came down to a deck of playing cards. The inspiration that came from the Madison Trawlers playing cards. I was reminded when these were delivered a few days ago, I was instantly reminded and inspired once again, and reminded why this deck of playing cards exists, why I came out with this deck of playing cards in the first place. And it wasn't for other people, it was for me. It was so that I could have it. It's a work of art. It's not just a deck of playing cards. It represents something. It stands for something. And this ain't a campaign. This ain't a sales pitch, because these have sold out. You can't get these. This is me talking about what's happening here and what's happening here. The rediscovery of magic, the battle, the journey, the progression and the process from the beginning of 2018 up until now. You can see it in all the videos I've created. It was a lesson hard learned, but I'm finally here, and I think I know that I've learned my lesson. And the ultimate lesson, what it comes down to is, I'm not a magician. I'm not a magician, nor do I want to be. The knife is real. My life is an ongoing performance piece, and it's real. The difference is in between theatre and performance art. In performance art, the knife is real. This is theatrical, and no matter how dramatic and theatrical all this is, and that's all good fun, that's okay, that's fair. This and the clash, the fight, the dilemma. This is real. This is real. The creations, the things I used to create and capture on film, my works of art, were real. They were real things taken from in here and captured and documented on film. And this year I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it to focus on fixing problems that were brought to me, that were given to me, that affected me in ways that I dealt with by creating and creating for other people rather than creating for me. And I think if there's a lesson hidden in this video for anybody watching, is I'm not a magician. I am Daniel Madison. I've said it before, don't try to be something else. Don't try to be anything other than yourself. I've done it, I've tried, it didn't work. I'm not a magician for one reason. Magic isn't real. What I do, my artistry, my performance art, whatever you want to call it, what I do, I try. I do make it real. It's real. It's all real. It's all humiliating, embarrassingly put onto film to create a piece of art. And that in that process and with those ingredients, that's kind of what makes it real. Now you can argue that magic as well is an art. I disagree. I have to disagree. I don't believe magic is an art for that reason. Magic is dead. It doesn't exist. Magic is dead. It is for the magician to convince his audience to believe otherwise. And that's all it is. And how sad, what a shame that magic is that pathetic that we have to try to convince people that it is a real thing, that it exists. What a heartbreaking process. What a damaging idea. I love magic. I love it for very different reasons. I love it because it's a beautiful thing. It creates beauty. You can create incredible, wonderful, magnificent memories and experiences of magic. You can help somebody create, or you can create for somebody a feeling of wonder and joy and the impossible. But it's theatre. It's not real. And that's what my problem is with it. And I've only just figured it out. All because of a deck of playing cards woke me up. A deck of playing cards, the Madison Trawlers came along and woke me up. No, this is not a campaign or a sales pitch. This is real. These are sold out. I'm nothing to sell you. I'm here to share these ideas with you. And I can also share with you very confidently right now, something that I brought up yesterday, is you won't hear me talking much anymore. I'm not going to talk. I need this. I will share what's happening here and in here from time to time, only when it's important or when I believe that there's something that you can gain from it, that you can take from it. Like this video. I think there are things in this video that you can take. Me having this discovery, me waking up. Maybe you can relate, maybe there's something that you can connect with. Maybe we can connect in some way through me sharing what I'm going through. Magic is dead, it's not real, and that's my problem because I'm real. I am Daniel Madison. I'm not a magician. Don't give me a title, don't give me anything other than Daniel Madison. I don't even know who I am. You know, what existence itself. I'm in a consistent existential crisis from day one till day zero till the end. It's an existential crisis, and I believe that we're designed as humans to have this problem, to have this issue with confronting what the hell we are, you know? And I'm constantly there. But I'm happy to settle for Daniel Madison. I'm happy for that. I'd rather that than magician. I'd rather that than, you know, maybe that's the lesson that I want to give on film for this. You are you. You are the person. You are not what you do for a living. You are not a magician. Maybe you are. Maybe you like to call yourself it, but think about it. You're not. There's no value. Value itself is such a crazy word as well, because value is just a number at the end of the day, and when you live your life based on numbers, based on value, it's all about the higher number. Who's got the higher number? And not even competing with other people, but competing with yourself. It's a very negative and bad thing. I'm going off track a little bit. Joseph Campbell said, when you stumble and fall, that is where you will find your gold. I believe that I've been through that in 2018 from the breakdown up until here. You know, the idea of falling, collapsing and being completely run down, and instead of getting back up, you dig, and that's where you find your treasure. And I think that's what I've done. The treasure arrived and it woke me up. Yes, magic can be artistic. Yes, an artist can do magic. You might be a magician and you fight for magic being an art, and good for you. Good for you. I don't believe it, not anymore, simply because it's not real. And I guess that's personal. That's me. That's very personal from me. I'm only interested in what's real. Magic is dead. Magic is real. But I'll continue to try and make everything that I do real. But I will continue to keep my art real, to keep everything alive, to keep the knife real. It's my one and only objective. I'm fixated, obsessed, digitally fixated to decks of playing cards, the artistry, the creativity in them, and what can be done with them. For me, I'm back to my roots. I've learned my lesson. I know I'm on track. I am Daniel Madison. Thank you for experiencing this, for being here, for listening. These are the Madison Trawlers. When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.